Hey buddy. All right, so this one here, camera angles aren't the greatest here, but I can see what's going on. So let's have a quick chat about the falling forwardness. Okay, that's probably not even a word. Falling forward. To me, your pressure is not moving. Let's say backswing, pressure should be moving into trail heel. So as we rotate into the right glute, pressure should be moving into the right heel, okay? Downswing, pressure moves into ball of the left foot, okay? And then as we push up out of the ground, the pressure then rotates into the lead heel, okay? Into here, all right? What it looks like you're doing is keeping a lot of pressure in the toes a lot, okay? Now, part of that, mate, actually looks like it could be because the swings just become a little bit steep and over the top again. So even though the camera angle's on the right, a little bit too far over to the right, I can see that from the top of this golf swing, the sequencing is the upper body goes first, okay, climbs on top of the lower body and gets this golf club. Number one, it's opening up. So you can see here that the toe of the club's pointing up at the sky, especially here as well. Okay, so we'd like to see this a little bit more behind the hands and potentially pointing at the ground a little bit more. All right, that would then allow you to rotate around the corner more effectively into the lead heel, because you can see here when you say you feel like it's cutty, it absolutely is. It absolutely is cutty, and if it doesn't cut, it's going to be pulls. So I'm going to say that you're probably battling very, very hard right now to draw a golf ball. All right. So the only issue that I'm going to say with the drill that I gave you is sometimes it does promote a little bit of like, let's call it like extension in the lead wrist here, or, you know, like that pull down of the grip potentially can cause a little bit of this, if that makes sense. So I still want you to create the same kind of feeling. I still don't want that casting at the top, but I reckon we need to do this via, you know, like keeping that lead wrist a little bit more flexed on the way down. This is almost going to feel a little bit like a Justin Rose drill. You know how he gets to the top and then kind of gets the arms to come down with the face pointing at the ground a little bit more? It's going to be exactly what we're looking to do here. All right, so again, ideally camera angles aren't the best here, mate. So hand path looks a little out, to be fair. But I'll go do a video for you, simplify this all up. You've gone through this before, so I think it will just be more of a, oh yeah, I've lost that feel, I've got to go back to it. Nothing really new, more just awareness on the right things again. What's happening here, mate, is, let me explain this a little bit. When we're working on that drill to kind of, you know, narrow that club up a little bit more in the downswing, what can happen is it can promote sometimes this pull down and the left wrist getting extended. So now all of a sudden, look at what happens to the club face, okay? It can do that sometimes, okay? All of a sudden from here, I can no longer really rotate because my left hand's an extension. So my left wrist is an extension, the club face is open. So I have to kind of back up out of it, all right? So again, left wrist, club face, feeling like that club's coming more from the inside, okay? And again, for you, in order to feel that club come from the inside a little bit more, this thing can't be extended for you in particular, okay? Maybe not, someone else might be able to make it work, but for you, this is really detrimental, okay? So what I want you to, again, continue to focus on, lead wrist being flexed, take away feeling a little bit more in to what I just saw in that video you just sent me, okay? At the moment, it looks like it's a little out and away, okay? Could be camera angle though, okay? So maybe just watch that, but definitely feeling like that club's facing down at the ground a little bit more, the club face. Again, rotating to the top. And when you rotate to the top properly, mate, you'll feel like the pressure moves into the right glute, right heel, okay? From here, this is the big part for you, is it's that feeling of the club coming down while the body stays a little bit more closed, okay? So up to the top and then feeling like everything's starting to work down as you're staying closed. Now, when I do this drill, I'm still going to try and keep the left wrist a little bit flexed, okay? It's not going to be as sharp as what we've been doing in the past. Notice the club face position there, extension, compared to keep it flexed. I can still achieve the same result, it's just my club face is in a different position. It's not as vertical this way, okay? So at the top, nice and flexed, keep the body somewhat closed, coming down. Now look at where the club's coming from and where the club face is. Now I have the ability to rotate around the corner, and you'll see here that my my lead heel is taking the brunt of my pressure now, okay? When I think players steepen, okay, this way, there's a possibility that we get on our toes a little bit, okay? I'm yet to experience that with myself, so it's very hard for me to kind of imitate, but I just know that if the club was way behind you and shut, right, for example, and I'm just exaggerating this, the movement would be to circle around, and that's where I'd finish on the left heel. If anything, I fall over to the left, not that way, okay? And you can practice some of these drills at home, mate. You can just practice just some dry drills of loading right side, pushing into the ball of left foot, circling around the corner. And you'll start to feel like the pressure moves into my lead heel. Rotate right heel, ball of the left foot. And when I transfer ball of the left foot, you'll notice my body's nice and closed. Then I can turn out and you'll see how that left heel's taking all the pressure, okay? So that's just a nice dry drill at home to feel that stuff. But more importantly for you right now, mate, takeaway to the top, feeling a little bit of a Justin Rose drill, okay? Notice the club's moving from the inside, wrist still slightly flexed, and then you can turn. And there is 100% chance you do not hit that ball right. Like, even when I do that, that just feels like it's going that way, okay? So then I would have to just turn a little bit more or lessen the amount of that, okay? Just a little bit. So definitely no cut involved there, because my path, number one, is moving from the inside, and number two, my face is in a much stronger position. If anything, the ball goes left, okay? That's what we need to work on, all right? So a lot of the same stuff, said maybe a different way, to combat something that's moved a little bit more towards the other side. All right, buddy, hope that helps, and let me know your thoughts and feedback.